Hi everyone, my name's Allison and I am the Vinted Value Mama. Today we're going to be talking about selling your clothes. If you clicked on this video, you're probably trying to sell your used clothes online, whether that's Vinted, eBay, Depop, wherever. And you want more. More money, faster sales, more return customers. Maybe you've heard about some little things you can do to help entice customers to spend more money, and you're wondering if that's really worth doing. Spoiler alert, it is generally not worth doing. There's one thing that I'm going to talk about later that can really help you get more sales, but in general, not so much. Let's get into what you can do to increase your sales or not. One thing that a lot of sellers will do to try and increase their sales, or for some reason, I'm not really sure, is they'll send a little free gift with the purchase. I've gotten bags of candy, I've gotten bookmarks, I've gotten a scrunchie. I'd have to grow my hair out for about 2 years to be able to use a scrunchie, I think. All kinds of little random things. I saw a post on the Vinted subreddit recently asking if buyers really appreciate these gifts or not. And the overwhelming majority of people said, at best, it's fine, but you don't have to. And at worst, it's trash that you're sending me, and I absolutely hate it. I got a little tea bag with a thank you note on it. And I drink a lot of tea. I drink 5 cups of tea a day. But I'm still that's not the kind of tea that I drink. And also, somebody could have coughed on that. How gross is that? And that's the way it always seems to go. You could think of sending a little bag of gummy bears, and the buyer would probably be vegan or diabetic, or a diabetic vegan, and they're just not going to appreciate it. Just send the item that the person has paid for. That is all you have to do, and doing more definitely isn't going to earn you any more money. If we're talking about return customers, that's just not a thing. I think we've all bought something off eBay at this point, and maybe you go through and you see at the time if the seller has something else that you're interested in, but you're never 3 weeks later, gosh, that seller was really good. I'm going to go see what they've got for sale now. It just doesn't happen. In terms of better reviews to help attract more customers, I feel like almost all platforms that people use, 5-star reviews are basically what everybody gets. I know if I'm buying something, it has to be really bad for me not to leave a 5-star review. And of course, there's also the times when someone is never going to give you a 5-star review, no matter how kind and wonderful you were to them. Some people are just really picky and hard to please. Most people are going to give you 5 stars no matter what. And in the end, nobody really cares that much if your stars look like 4 and then a mostly filled up star. They're still probably going to buy from you just as much as before. The next thing that I see sellers worrying about is professional packaging? Do you have to go out and buy something specifically for sending off all of these parcels? Will someone give you a 4-star review if you've just sent it in an old Amazon box? And the answer is yes, someone probably will give you a 4-star review for that, but that person was probably going to give you a 4-star review anyway. The vast majority of people do not care about how something is packaged when they're opening it up. As long as the packaging is clean and whatever you're sending is still in good condition, that's all that really matters. Now, I know with Vinted, it does say that your packaging should be sturdy cardboard. And it might be that someday a buyer will say, "Oh, this zipper doesn't work anymore." It's probably because the packaging wasn't sturdy cardboard. And then Vinted will probably agree with the buyer and not give you any money for that sale. But again, that's something that just happens every now and again when you're trying to sell your clothes online. It's really not about the packaging, and if you had packaged it in the sturdiest cardboard available to you, the buyer would have just found something else to complain about. I also know for a lot of people, buying secondhand clothes is about trying to help the environment in some little way, live more sustainably. And those people probably don't want you to buy a bunch of garment bags on Temu so that you can send things. Just use any packages that you have around the house from your own purchases from Amazon. Usually you can go to a grocery store or any kind of store and get boxes that they don't need. I know here in town on garbage day, every shop will have a giant pile of cardboard boxes outside, and it gets me really excited because I use cardboard boxes in my garden too. There are a lot of different options for you, and it's just not worth it to go out and buy anything special. The next thing that people really try to do in the hopes that it will get them return customers or better reviews is fast shipping. Of course, everyone likes their packages to arrive quickly. I think websites like Amazon have really conditioned us that, it just takes a couple days for something to arrive, and we're all very we don't want to delay gratification. We want everything right now. But does fast shipping get you any return customers? I don't think so. Does fast shipping get you better reviews? I don't think so. I think most people are still going to leave you a 5-star review, even if you take all the allotted shipping time. Another thing that sellers will try is just sending the buyer friendly communication, helpful updates about how their order is coming. And again, I don't really think that's worth it. Of course, if you're a friendly person and you want to spread a little sunshine into someone's life and send them a nice message, go for it. Doesn't hurt. We could all use a bit more positivity these days. But there are thousands of successful transactions every day where the seller never sends the buyer a single message, and the buyer never sends the seller a single message. We're not really here to make friends. We're here to buy clothes. Now, there is maybe one thing that could potentially earn you more money. And that is by enabling something like bundles on Vinted that really encourage people to look through your wardrobe and spend a little bit of extra money. It's also great if you write in the description, hey, I've got bundles turned on if you want to check that out, because that just encourages people to look and see if there's anything else they might need. Now, of course, if you have a really nice expensive item and then a lot of really inexpensive items, and you need 4 things to get 20% off, someone is going to buy the expensive item and then 3 really inexpensive items. That's just human nature. You know, when Amazon tells you that you need to spend another €5 for free shipping, are you like, oh golly, I can't wait to buy something really expensive on Amazon now? Or are you trying to spend the least amount of money possible to get the best discount? We all do it, and you just need to keep that in mind when you are doing your prices for each individual item and when you're considering what kind of a discount you want to give people. But I know a lot of buyers really love to get a bundle from someone, not just because it saves money, but it's nice to give someone a little bit of something extra. A lot of people will always search through and see if there's anything else they could possibly need, and then if there's not, they get a bit sad and a bit like, oh, I guess I'll just buy the sweater. Is there anything else that you like to do that you feel gets you more sales? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to sell on Vinted specifically, be sure to watch this video on the common problems for sellers on Vinted. I touched on things a little bit, but there are a couple more problems you should probably be aware of. Plus, please take the time to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye!